And John fell in Baltimore. Of course, he did every day. I don't know why we don't wrap him in bubble wrap by now, but he sent a gift box that was an embarrassment of riches because actually, since they were close together, there was a couple things in there for Stacy's birthday also. But the book that he sent, The 10-Cent Plague, about the comic book scandal of the 50s, Seduction of the Innocent by Frederick Wortham, and the turmoil that started in the comic book industry that led to the Comics Code Authority when they took all the sax and violins out of comic books in 1954, and also a framed picture, a framed reproduction of the cover of the Incredible Hulk #1 with my face superimposed over Dr. Bruce Banner, which is going up in the office. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry, Brian. I don't know if I've ever told you that or not.
I want to thank John Fell for what he sent over here, too. He sent a very nice package of stuff. I've been meaning to get to him. Thank you, John. What are your thoughts on Gray Hulk versus Green Hulk?
Well, the Green Hulk is more established, obviously, but the Gray Hulk, just because of that iconic cover and that being the original, the first issue, it's that little, they've actually, now it was a smart marketing strategy, even though they didn't do it on purpose, because now they actually have Hulk statues in green and in gray, so you have to buy two to complete your set. But it was actually just because the printer fucked up in issue #1 and did the wrong thing.
What'd you think of the original look of Iron Man?
Actually, that was more... It was more clunky, but it was more realistic back then because, 1963, how are they going to build this fucking suit that can do all these things? Well, I guess they'd have room for a lot of transistors and all these newfangled space age gadgets they had back in 63 in that bulky suit. But, it sleekened up fairly quick. If they'd have made in the first movie, though, with Robert Downey Jr., I think that should have been his first outfit, and then he get about 15 feet off the ground and it fall apart. And maybe he used a piece from a coffee maker or something. And then he gets the good one. I don't know.
You are a capable wrestling booker and you are knowledgeable about comics. Do you think you do well either writing a comic or helping with the script of a comic movie? Do you think you know it that well?
No. Again... Everybody stick to your goddamn strengths and acknowledge your weaknesses. And just because you watch a TV show or read a series of, just because I used to read the Hardy Boys when I was 12 doesn't mean I can write one. You need to be a mid-30s fucking goof from Cucamonga to be able to write for the Hardly Boys. No, just because I mean, with Behind the Curtain, the incredible graphic novel from IDW Comics that I'm on the cover of. It is on sale at JimCornette.com. The stories were mine. I told the stories, but it was the professional team, the artist Brandon, and the whole comic team that put the thing together, or the writer, I should say, Brandon. Let me try that again. And the team that put the thing together, that were experienced in laying it out for a comic book or graphic novel format. Or, writing a script for a television show is different than writing a script for a movie, which is different than writing a short story, which is different than booking fucking wrestling. Although everybody now booking wrestling tries to be Shakespeare instead of Eddie Graham. But it's different formats, so... I would contribute stories, but I would want someone with experience to convert them to whatever format or platform we were on. Does that make any sense?
It makes sense. We'll see. Maybe they'll consult you on the Rawhide Kid movie when they do that.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I got a no prize one time for catching Stan and the gang in a continuity error, as they say.